Hi, welcome to TJ and Jodi's house.
Yes, the most special time of, well, I know the most special time of my week. I won't say the most special time of our week. But, you know, I love this woman right here. Oh, look at her. It's the vision of loveliness.
We look like we're in a uniform.
I know. I'm a black shirt guy. I'm a black T-shirt guy. You've established that that's all I wear is black T-shirts. So you're copying me.
Okay.
We look like we were about to burgle somebody.
I wore white last week, and then you said you were wearing white.
I did?
And then you had to go change.
Oh, you mean to a function?
No.
On the show? Oh, yeah. Should I go put on a white
No.
T-shirt then?
We look cute.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, excuse me. Our sponsor is Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Last week, I did a Facebook Live thing called TJ Fanatico Experience. And we did it from down in the living room, and people got to see all of our Sweet Dreams living room furniture.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing they had to say that was positive about Jodi's decorating.
I don't care.
No, I'm kidding, of course.
I'm not a decorator.
Yeah, all of that stuff. People were saying, "Oh, there's your Sweet Dreams furniture." Oh, yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. You know, all up in our business. But if you want something great, then you're not just looking for mattresses at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Even though they have those, they have the best ones, the latest in sleep technology and all of that hoopla. But they have great furniture for all the other rooms in the house.
Follow them, and people should follow them.
On what?
Their social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Under Sweet Dreams? Sweet Dreams. I sleep on a Sweet Dreams pillow every night.
I know.
I spend so many hours of my day on products from Sweet Dreams.
You really do. Your behind, your head, everything.
Yep. My behind.
Your behind.
In other words, sit in a chair all the time that came from
Your
Sweet
behind.
Dream. But your behind stays on that Sweet Dreams couch, I think, more than anybody else, Jodi. So
Yeah. Sweet Dreams Furniture Mattress.
So they got locations all over the Lake Norman area, but their delivery team can go pretty much anywhere in the whole Charlotte area. So you will love them. Go to acetj.com/sweetdreams to get to their website and see what all they have. It sounds like a sweet deal to me. All right. We had said that we were going to do, and we've said this a million times, that we were going to record the podcast earlier in the week. So on Sundays when we're exhausted, we don't have to just fake it, and act like we're excited and stuff.
Are you exhausted?
I've been having fun this weekend, yes.
Yeah, I'm not exhausted
You're
at
not?
all.
Okay. Well, then you were the first one this morning to say, we didn't do our podcast earlier in the week.
Yeah, but you're going to have to come to me about that.
Why me?
Because it's your thing.
But you're the one that has all the stuff going on during the week. Yeah,
Just set a date and
you're
let's
running,
do it.
doing, going, and blowing, and all that stuff.
I was busy this week.
But anyway, so no, I'm not exhausted or anything.
Okay.
I know that you're in a time crunch, Jodi, because you got to clean the house.
I
today.
do. I do need to clean.
I'm gonna help you with that, though.
Are you?
Yeah, I always do. I ask you, what can I do? And then you tell me a few little things here or there, and I do it. And I say, what else? And you say nothing.
Yeah, because I like to handle the whole downstairs by myself.
Yeah, so I pretty much do the upstairs except for boys' room.
And that's a big Yeah.
What about when it comes to Laney's restroom? Is that my responsibility? Laney doesn't live with us anymore. She lives in Nashville because it needs a. And I don't mind. I told y'all last week I don't mind cleaning toilets. Toilets is fine with me.
Yeah. But that's the one you use, so that's the one you clean.
What about the floor though?
Yep. You need
The mopping and whatnot, because it needs to be.
You need to do it.
It needs to be swept and mopped. Okay.
And vacuum her bedroom and
Right.
dust off her furniture.
Do that. I always do that. That's always on the list.
Oh yeah, I thought when you clean the bathroom though, that's just part of it is to have it mopped.
Oh.
You vacuum over it and then mop it.
Well, I know how to do it. I just didn't know
That's every
that
time.
you wanted me doing that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well,
The only
don't
thing
act,
you
don't act
don't-
like that's weird because you don't even want me folding towels because I do it the wrong way.
The only thing that you don't need to clean in there is her bathtub because nobody's in there. And we'll clean, if she comes, we clean it before she comes.
Okay.
But everything else,
All right.
clean.
I don't know.
And I don't ever go up there, so I don't know.
So then nobody else does either.
Well,
really.
it's gross. Dude,
It's not gross.
you just said it was dirty.
But I didn't say it was gross.
Oh.
It's in need of a normal maintenance.
Okay, well,
A
then
normal
there we go.
checkup.
That's what you'll do today.
But it's not like, we're walking into a gas station bathroom situation. Truck stop out on the middle of the road in the desert on Route
Well, I would hope not.
66.
I would hope not.
So we got our very own bottle bash game that we were talking about last week. We got one, and we've been playing it this weekend. Oh, this is part of the weekend report, the segment we call Weekend Report, where we tell you what we did on the weekends.
It's been a long weekend.
It has. Weekend started Wednesday.
Yes.
When we were supposed to be recording the podcast. That's why we didn't do it. It was supposed to happen Wednesday. But anyway, people don't know and people don't care. As long as they get it, Jody.
You think?
They don't care when it's done as long as they get it. So we got the bottle bash game. We were playing it with little friend Jenny, handsome husband Michael. Michael and I were playing against them. They were on the team. And poor Jody, every time the Frisbee would come, okay, again, quickly, you have these bottles that stand up on these little poles, and then you throw a Frisbee and try to knock the bottle off the pole. And the object of the game is to one person catch the bottle, the other one catch the Frisbee before they hit the ground. And that keeps the other team from scoring. So Jenny was catching, her job was to catch the Frisbee. Jody's was to catch the bottle. Jody is super, super competitive. So she was zoned in on the bottle. So if it moved, she snatched it. And she did. You were great at it. But little friend Jenny was not so into catching the Frisbee.
No.
And whenever the Frisbee would come and it wasn't going to hit the pole, Jody was so focused on the bottle that she didn't realize that the Frisbee was going to hit her. And it hit her legs in all spots.
Everywhere. And now looking back on that, when I saw that the Frisbee was always coming my way, I should have had her go on that side to try to catch it.
Yeah.
And me on the other. Or me just catch the Frisbee.
Yeah,
she would have never caught the bottle, though, I don't think.
Or you see where the Frisbee wasn't going to hit the pole to knock off the bottle, then you should have just caught it. Once you saw that you weren't going to have to catch the bottle because it wasn't going to fall.
I have one thing to focus on. It was the bottle.
Now you got a bunch of things to focus on. A bunch of bruises.
I wasn't bruised. Y'all thought I was going to be, but I...
Because you know how old people bruise easily.
Well, I'm not old because I didn't bruise.
And we went out on the boat 2 days during the 4th of July weekend celebrations, and one day was just miserably hot.
The 5th.
Yeah.
So bad.
And we didn't stay out as long that day, did we?
Oh, my God, we couldn't. Yeah. It was horrific. It was the hottest day since 2022.
Ooh. It's only 2024.
But in 2 years, that's the hottest day we've had?
Yeah.
I mean, that's saying something.
They're trying to scare you.
Well, obviously we weren't scared. We were out in it.
Yeah. It was really, and we don't get in the water, so it was like if you would have jumped in the water and got back on the boat, and the breeze would have been cool. But
yeah,
we don't get in the water. I don't mind getting in the water.
But I did put ice cubes down my bathing suit.
Oh yeah,
that's my trick now.
Because was it because the 4th you were having your like boob sweat?
Yeah, it was so bad.
And what did y'all call it?
I'm not saying it.
You can
it's
say
one
it.
of their friends said it.
Oh, I thought y'all made that.
No,
up.
one of their friends said it.
Oh, they have a friend.
that saw a video that somebody called it.
And what was that?
Humidititties.
Humidititties. Okay. I thought y'all made that up.
No.
I was like, oh, Jody, that's clever.
No.
Oh.
It was some video of a friend of hers saw. And
So that's a thing.
yeah.
Boob sweat is called humidititties.
Yeah. Ooh.
So yeah, Jody spent the next day putting ice cubes down the front of her swimsuit.
Sure did. If we're not stopping to get in, then I'm gonna have to put ice cubes down my bathing suit. It was bad.
Yeah.
Hot.
Y'all are just weak, soft.
Are we?
Can't deal with the heat.
I mean, I was fine. I did it.
Yeah. And Jody was able to find some of that brand of what do you call them? Seltzers that she likes.
Yeah.
It's called Neutral, Nutrl. Is that how it's
Yeah.
spelled? And they used to not, up until recently, you couldn't find them in North Carolina, but now you can. And she got a variety pack of the neutral lemonade flavors, which always ends up being too much stuff in the Yeti.
I know. And honestly,
Because you got to go, I want to try this one. I want to try that one. I want
Yeah.
to try this. So it's just like throwing stuff
but I
in
end
there.
up drinking 2 the
I
whole
know.
day.
I know.
So it's best if we just don't. Maybe I'll just pick
No,
2.
that's why I always say, what do
Well-
you want? And then you'll, like recently you say, I want the neutral, 2 neutral. So I'll just put a watermelon and a strawberry.
Yeah.
in there.
And so now the lemonade, I like the strawberry and the lemonade.
Classic lemonade
Yeah.
and strawberry.
The peach, ooh,
Was it bad?
I didn't like it. But you would probably love it.
But I'm not a lemonade
Blackberry,
person. I don't like lemonade
well,
as much.
I liked it.
I like the regular neutral things. Those are the best seltzers I've ever had.
I wish I could get just the neutral seltzers, all orange and all cranberry.
Oh, really? You don't like the, I thought you liked the strawberry. Do they have strawberry or am I making that
I
up?
don't know. My favorite is orange and
Yeah. Cranberry.
cranberry.
My favorite is orange and watermelon. Those are my
Watermelon's
favorite neutrals.
okay. It's probably my 3rd favorite.
Ugh.
So if y'all know anywhere that's selling those neutrals, let us know.
I thought you said they had
No,
them.
the solid packs.
Oh. I bet they have
I don't
them.
like how they do that.
You got to buy a mixed
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I don't either. I want it just to be a certain flavor.
Or let me just pick the can. You know how at some places you'll go and they'll just have
Mm-hmm.
can. Just where I can pick what I want.
Yeah, because they don't, you go to the grocery store, you don't have to buy, when you buy a 12-pack of soft drinks, it doesn't have to have 2 Cokes, 2 Sprites, 2 Dr. Peppers, so forth and so on. You get my point.
Yeah, I got your point.
So they ought to do that more with the stupid seltzers. All brands of seltzers.
I
Ought to
agree.
do
And
that.
you would sell a lot more, I bet.
Idiots.
I bet it costs more or something.
No.
You don't think?
Oh, just. But none of them should ever include a black cherry. I've
Black
been
cherry
railing about that
lemonade.
for years. Just black cherry flavor, anything.
And the
Ugh.
reason I drank it is because that was what was left, and it was 2,000 degrees, and I was so thirsty.
You didn't drink a black cherry?
Yes, I did.
When?
On the hot day. That was
That
what
was
was
black.
in there.
That was blackberry.
Oh,
That's different than black
That
cherry.
was still gross. Yeah.
Not as if you would have had a black cherry something. Since cherry is your least favorite flavor.
Yeah. No.
Ugh.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, we got to take a break, and we got more coming up. We did do something else over the weekend that we need to tell you about in case you want to do it. Probably a thumbs up recommendation from Jodi about going and doing this, and then we also have some news stories that I just pulled out of the current events to get Jodi's opinion on. We'll call it Jodi on the news.
Oh, wow.
All right, so that's coming up next.
TJ and Jodi's house.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies, and you know, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
TJ and Jody's house.
The last thing that we need to cover about what we did over the weekend was we went to the movies. Like, we went to the theater to see the movie, and the movie was Bad Boys Ride or Die. It was I guess this is the fourth Bad Boys movie in the sequel. I don't know.
Oh no.
I haven't seen past the second. I haven't seen anything past Bad Boys 2 or whatever that was called.
Right. It was funny.
But Jodi loved it, and you would recommend?
Yeah, I love Martin Lawrence. He's so funny to me.
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good. It was cute. I'm going to put it that way. It was cute.
It was cute. It was cute. It was pretty violent.
Yeah, in a cute way.
Yeah.
We also watched at home, excuse me. We also watched on the Netflix the new the new Beverly Hills Cop movie called Axel F.
Another good one.
And it was good.
It was good.
It was just a weekend of nostalgia for us.
It was good. Oh, and we just started watching Louder Milk.
Okay.
I love that.
All right. Let me tell you something. I watched Louder Milk several years ago. And it wasn't even on Netflix at the time. It was on a different streaming service. And when I started watching it, I said, Jodi, I just started watching this series. You would like it. I think you would think it's funny. It's really good. And what's it about? Blew it off. So I watched the whole show, 3 seasons by myself.
In a day.
And then, what was I saying? So then it came onto the Netflix, and we're always looking for stuff to watch on Thursday nights, especially if they're quick 30-minute episodes or whatnot, with little friend Jenny, handsome husband Michael. So they moved it to Netflix, so it's easy to find. I said, y'all we need to watch this show. You would like it. For weeks, nobody was interested. So finally, I just turned it on the other night. We were looking for something to do, and I just said, go to this, and this. And now they're all hooked. Jodi I love that show. I love that show.
Mm-hmm. It's funny.
And not once has she said, you were right. I should have listened to you.
No, let me tell you what happened. It's not that I just say no and cut it off. You're asking me about it. It's usually you and I are already into some other show. Then you bring that up. There's no time. We're behind now on Mayor of Kingstown.
Are we?
Yeah. And the Gypsy Rose thing that I'm wanting to watch. And then, so usually it's because we're already into something. We already have a show. And then you bring that up. Well, there's no time. We can't even watch what we have started.
But I've brought it up many times when we're sitting there looking for something to watch.
I never have you brought that up. When we've been sitting there looking for something to watch.
Oh, my goodness. Well, whatever.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're watching it. Mm-hmm. And it's good. And it's funny.
But,
that guy's funny. He's grouchy like you.
And that's why I knew you would like it to begin with, because you'd be able to say that.
He is.
But what happens is that if something comes on and, like if I suggest watching something or somebody else suggests watching something and I've seen it already, even though I would like to watch it again, Jodi just boom. No, we're not watching. If you've seen it, I'll watch it by myself. I don't want to watch something you've already seen, whatever. So adamant about that. Mm-hmm. So the other night, we were starting the first episode of Hard Knocks, which is covering the off season of the New York Giants.
Okay.
And
I didn't even know the name of it.
And the New York Giants offense comes every summer and works out at little friend Jenny's facility. It's called Jet Performance Labs. And they all come in there and work out. So she's got this personal connection to them, and she wanted to watch this show. Now,
Which won't. Sorry, but won't.
so you got to go back a little farther in our lives. You know, we're huge LSU fans. We're from Louisiana originally. We're huge LSU fans. LSU had some of the top offensive players in the country that were going to be drafted into the NFL this past season. One of them was a Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback named Jaden Daniels. Then they had two wide receivers that were really good. One of them's name is Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors, we watched the draft as it's happening because we're interested in where these LSU players are going to get drafted. The New York Giants, with the 7th or 8th pick in the draft, picked Malik Neighbors, first round. Okay. So, fast forward, and we were all part of it. Jodi was there. Boy was there. It was just the whole bunch was there. We turned on this show the other night.
Oh, wait, should we say what else, too? How I saw him?
Oh, yeah, and so Jodi saw him at Jenny's place when they were here working out just last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were in town.
Mm-hmm.
She saw him at the gym.
I mean, I didn't talk to him or anything.
But
I
hey,
saw him.
There's Malik Neighbors, 5 feet from me. He's here because he's part of the New York Giants offense.
I said, oh, okay, great.
He's here so Daniel Jones, that Jodi does know, who's the quarterback of the Giants, can throw passes to him in Mooresville, North Carolina at Jet Performance Labs. Okay. We watched the show. Show's coming on. Hard Knocks is coming on. And they show the thing as it's, doing a preview of it, and it goes, and with the 8th pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the New York Giants pick, and then we all said, Malik Neighbors. And Jodi goes, have y'all seen this? I'm not going to sit here and watch this if all y'all have seen it.
Oh, and then they just die laughing. I'm like, what? And then Jenny's like, you just saw him at the gym like last week. He's with the Giants, and I'm like, oh, okay, God.
And then Boy goes, and you watched him get drafted.
I know.
But you were watching that moment on TV where they
y'all,
said
something's wrong with me. I mean, I call it menopause brain, but I just don't know. Sometimes I do really worry about myself.
I thought you were out of that mental pause.
No, I found out once you're in it, you're in it for a long haul. So it's really affecting my brain, or something's wrong. I don't know, but I did, and I was dead serious.
Have y'all seen this already?
I was so put out.
Why are we wasting our time? Because I don't want to see it that badly. If y'all have already seen
And
it,
y'all's faces were like, they said, you've seen it.
you
well.
You dumb.
Sometimes I am.
Okay, so we will get to Jodi on the news. Sorry, we got off on a tangent there, but it was worth it. We'll get to Jodi on the news stuff coming up next.
More from TJ and Jodi's house next.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jodi, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Let's go. It's TJ and Jody's house on the Radio Button Network.
Okay, here we go. The new segment called Jodi on the News. A couple of news stories just to find out what Jodi's thoughts are on them. Now, chances are whenever I throw the story out there, she's going to go, I've been knowing about that. So we'll just see how this goes. Today could be the only day that we ever do this segment. All right. First of all, did you hear the story about the Publix supermarket in Summerville, South Carolina?
No.
Okay. So this is what happened. Summerville, South Carolina is it's about 35 miles from Charleston. Mm-hmm. And imagine going to the Publix to get your groceries, and when you go to get the shopping cart out of the thing outside, the row of them outside, right before you walk in the door, you notice something that's underneath the shopping cart.
I know what you're going to say.
What?
Alligator.
An alligator is underneath the shopping cart.
No. And here's the thing, because I used to watch Swamp People all the time, I know how fast an alligator can move on ground.
Yeah.
So,
well, you should know that from growing up in Louisiana, not just from watching Swamp People.
Well, I did, but
she's a city girl.
But I also used to watch Swamp People years ago. But so I don't. First of all, I freeze when things like that happen, so it probably would eat me because I would just freeze. If you stand still when that happens, do they still come at you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, what do you do?
You gotta try a zigzag. When you run, you gotta zigzag.
I will never remember that. I act like it's gonna happen here.
It could. You never know.
Okay, so what do they do?
The people saw it, and before it did any damage, it was facing the other way. It was underneath the carts. And instead of facing out toward where people would walk up and get it, it was faced the other way, I think.
Oh, my gosh.
It had a pellet in its head, or somebody had shot it with a pellet gun.
Yeah.
Like that's going to kill an alligator.
Yeah.
And then the wildlife people came and got it out of there.
Are you talking about are you talking about the buggies that are out in the parking lot?
No.
Are you talking about up by the building?
Up by the building.
No. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
I'm pretty sure they were the ones.
How big was it?
It wasn't that big, but I mean, it was big enough. It wasn't a baby.
Man, I mean, I would panic. So I need to zigzag.
Yeah. So whenever that happens, which it's bound to.
I just zigzag. So I run like that.
Yeah, just quick cuts back this way and this way.
But then it's going to come at me like this.
Yeah, it can't. It's not as agile when it's running on the ground.
Oh my gosh, that would
That's your
freak
only
me
hope.
out. I knew you were going to say that because they're all around South Carolina like that.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather it be a big alligator like that or a big rattlesnake?
I feel like I could get away from a snake faster than I could an alligator.
Well, and if a snake bites you, you're not,
my whole body's not going in their mouth.
Well, you're not necessarily going to lose limbs or your life.
Yeah.
You could get to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But they wanted to make sure that everybody knew in the story that the pellet was removed from the alligator's head and it was released safely into the wild.
Okay. Glad to know.
Good news on that.
Yeah.
All right. And another big story is they're having to warn people now not to fall in love with their AI chatbots.
Oh my gosh.
Because there are these companies now that that have the technology, and you can subscribe to their technology or software and build the perfect companion for yourself in an AI. And people are, well, it's just like,
It's like that movie Weird Science.
except for Weird Science,
Was a
the
person.
thing came to life. That's what in the 80s with Anthony Michael Hall, that science project came to life, and it was a real woman that they could touch and do things
This
with. and
is
dance.
just
It was like-
nothing.
yeah, this is like that movie with what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
You remember that one? It was called
I didn't watch
She
it.
or Her or
I didn't watch that.
something. I didn't watch it either, but you know it existed.
Yeah.
Right? He fell in love with like his Alexa or whatever.
Okay.
But they're warning against it, and they've started calling this particular part of AI is called artificial intimacy.
What?
Yeah, because they're falling in love with, like, they have these feelings for. There are people
This is
like
sad.
they were talking about this one guy who built the perfect lover, and he had an affair with this AI, and he said it saved his marriage somehow.
What?
Yeah, and then another one, a woman who's a mom, actually ended up exchanging vows with her AI chatbot and calls herself married to it.
I'm sorry. You people are crazy.
You know what they need?
The Lord.
The Lord. That's what they need.
Yeah,
is the Lord.
they do. That is insane
Yeah,
and so messed up.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It
they
is.
need to be in the hospital.
They need some help.
They need to be in the
That's
hospital
pitiful.
getting therapy.
Pitiful.
Like real round-the-clock therapy. Not just therapy because you get scared when you're waiting in line to get on an amusement park ride and you call it anxiety.
Yeah. Man. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you about something I saw real quick. It popped up on my social media, one of those Reels things, and these tourists were hiking in Mexico somewhere. I think, yeah, Mexico. And it was 3 ladies, and somebody was videoing it, and a bear walked up to them, and they stood still. I wish I could find it.
A Mexican bear?
And I guess the people were telling, it was in a foreign language, so I couldn't, to stay still. So they were standing still, and it was 3 women. One was kind of ahead, and then 2 here. He's beside this woman, and he gets up on his back feet, and he's sniffing her, and he's just touching her. She is not moving. The other 2 look like they're about to have a heart attack. They're not moving. And they don't move, and then he swats at her leg. She's on shorts, and they still don't move.
Is she bleeding? Did it
Nope.
cut her?
And she just doesn't move. I mean, to me, it seemed forever. Finally, he turns around. When he turns around to walk, they go the opposite direction quickly. Can you?
I didn't know they had bears in Mexico.
Me either. I was like, look at this.
And I've seen Chinese bears. They're called pandas.
I'll have to find that. It was so scary. But I was thinking, well, that would be me because I would just stand there.
Yeah. But don't do that with an alligator.
I'm not. I'm zigzagging. I'm getting all my animals covered that are coming after me.
I want to know how nobody noticed the alligator getting under the carts when it came up.
Well, maybe he did it at night. Maybe it was early in the morning. He was taking a nap. He had that pellet thing in his head.
I'm telling you, that would be like if you had a splinter,
Right.
the tiny splinter.
Well, he was taking a nap up under the buggies.
Yeah, I know, but how did nobody see him get up in there?
I'm telling you, it was night because, Publix doesn't stay open 24/7.
Oh,
So it was
That's
probably
what they
night.
get then.
That is crazy, though.
So would you rather be the alligator situation or the bear situation?
Alligator.
Yeah.
Oh.
You gonna start looking underneath the row of carts though before you grab one?
I don't think we have an alligator problem around
Could be
here.
snakes, could be anything.
Yeah.
Could be
Mine are inside usually.
Could be freaks.
My buggies are inside.
Oh. I'll have an inside buggy. Thank you very much.
I do have an inside buggy. And I'm for sure going to get one now.
All right. Well, that's a good good segment of Jodi on the news.
Yeah.
We'll maybe keep that if I want to put in the work to do it. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoy the rest of what the Lord has in store for you from here to the next time we talk.
Yep.
Love you. Bye.
It's TJ and Jodi's house on the Radio Button Network.